I'm Paul Perkins with the check of your ag weather. Our dry weather forecast continues through most of Friday as a ridge of high pressure shuts off the storm chances to the west. After highs this afternoon, our warmest day of the year so far in the upper 80s to the low 90s. A cold front ushers in drier air with breezy northwest winds tonight through tomorrow. Highs tomorrow dropping back into the low to mid 80s. Southerly winds ahead of approaching low pressure boost our highs into the mid 80s to the low 90s on Friday. Thunderstorm chances returning by late Friday and Friday night when increasing moisture teams up with low pressure and a cold front. A few of those storms could be strong to severe Friday evening, but widespread severe storms are not likely. Spotty thunderstorms remain possible over the weekend through early next week with numerous passing disturbances. Behind the cold front, our daytime highs are more seasonal in the mid-70s to the low 80s for Saturday into Tuesday. In the long-term forecast, Nebraska and Kansas temperatures the early half of next week are predicted to be mostly seasonal in central areas, slightly warmer than normal in the west, and slightly cooler than average in the east. Late next week through June 18th, slightly warmer than normal temperatures are likely for Nebraska and Kansas. Mostly near normal to slightly above normal rainfall is indicated in Nebraska and Kansas Monday through June 18th. Central and eastern Kansas trends slightly drier than normal late next week through June 18th. Key weather factors driving the markets include fewer storms in many areas of the U.S., wet weather sticking around in Western Europe, while the Black Sea region is too dry. This late day, a cold front triggers briefly heavy rain and locally severe thunderstorms from the upper Midwest southward across the southeastern plains and the Mississippi Delta. That front weakening as it sweeps into the eastern U.S. tomorrow and Thursday. Total rainfall should reach 1 to 3 inches in scattered locations across the eastern half of the U.S. Central and southern plains drought areas have benefited from recent widespread good rainfall. After a couple of dry days, rain and thunderstorms return to the central and southern plains, possibly continuing into early next week. The northern plains turn drier through the middle of next week, which is preferred in some areas of the eastern Dakotas for the remaining planting and boosting of crop conditions. Towards the Canadian prairies, recent rain was probably not enough to delay the rest of planting. Soil moisture, though, is much improved for early growth. Overseas in Europe, rain continues to slow development of wheat, but the rains are a benefit in some areas. In the northwestern Black Sea region, favorable rain likely lasts through next week. Most wheat areas of the Black Sea region, though, stay unfavorably hot and dry through next week. With the check of your ag weather, I'm Paul Perkins.